This week, something upset my ants and they created swarm first time ever and attacked on something so they can defend their glorious nest. So let's check it out what happened this week. So this week we had a very eventful week and I'm really getting into ant keeping and really start seeing why this hobby is so enjoyable, because there's all the time something cool to see, something happening. And last week we had 7 workers and now our colony has raised with 2 workers up to 9. I was waiting and hoping that we reach even 10 workers, but that's coming tomorrow or in few days. But I've always heard about that ants are very clean, and this week I found trash pile in corner of Formicarium, so now I can see where they are piling their trash and I can keep it clean easily. And they're really clean, they carry all that shit on that corner and keep it there. There isn't too much now, but I've noticed that they are carrying their trash in the trash pile. Also, a little bit more about water feeders. I removed my white sponge from my water feeder, so now water flows a little more freely, and it's working, but not perfectly, but it's working. So we go with that until I get proper water feeder for my ants. Also, something what I noticed, our queen has been doing like little day strolls in her tube. Like all the time, most of the time, it's just standing in one spot. But now and then I see that it's walking in the tube, going back in the tube, and walking back. Little strolls. I have no idea why, but it keeps happening. Then I noticed that the workers, they are moving those cocoons and broods back and forth into light and back under that red foil. Yet again, I have no idea why, but it seems to be cool seeing them working and nurturing their babies until they're fully grown workers and they can start working for whole colony. And then why my ants were so upset. This week I tried first time feeding mealworms for my ants. I have giant mealworms. They're a little bigger than normal ones, and I was a little worried, are they too big? I chose smallest one from my worm farm, and oh boy, they love them. It was so cool to see. Like, they always noticed the thread. Like mealworms, I at least assume they could eat ants if they are like, I cut them in pieces so they're easier to eat, and then of course they can defend themselves. And their shell is pretty hard, so as expected, ants can't break it. So that's why I just cut it in half and in pieces. But it was so cool to see. They were swarming out from tube. There was like 4 or 5 same time out from nest, and considering there's only 9 members plus queen, half of nest was defending nest first time. That was crazy. It was cool to see. And then it was awesome to see also that they actually love those mealworms. And I was talking about that I start growing flightless fruit flies, but apparently I don't need. I bought supplies for it, I didn't order those flies because they were out of stock from store where I was buying them. So now I don't need. Now I can just keep feeding mealworms for ants, and then at the same time, at least I hope that my baby tarantula can also eat those small mealworms, and I can feed my both pets with one food supply, which is growing, and I can get more and more for free, which is also super cool. But yeah, it was so nice to see how swarm worked. They ate, and then eventually what was left from those mealworms. Obviously, they didn't eat whole worms or both worms, but there was a lot of empty in those shells or those whatever that skin thing is, armor, whatever, hollow tube. It was super cool to see. And if you were wondering how my tarantula is doing, and now it's day 2 since I got it. After first day, it dig burrow and close entrance on that burrow. So now it's there. We'll see how long, and when I see it for next time, when it's hungry, I hope. So that's happening here. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget, leave some comment below, maybe thumbs up, share for your friends, and until next time, stay awesome as always.